I am paying for this microphone, Mr. Speaker.
You get the sense that the country is desperate for someone to show us the way. Not the old way, not the same way, but a new way. Ron Paul, who raised more than $5 million in the third quarter. He's a congressman, a physician who's delivered more than 4,000 babies. Ron Paul has been married to the same woman for 50 years.
We have allowed our nation to be overtaxed and overregulated and overrun by bureaucrats. The founders would be ashamed of us for what we're putting up with.
John writes from West Virginia, yes, more people should listen. A rarity. A man of principle, integrity, and high values running for president. Exactly what America needs in this day and age.
Congressman Ron Paul, you appear to have consistent, principled integrity. Americans don't usually go for that.
1,500 people packed into the War Memorial Auditorium to see Paul speak. The Republican is making waves for his anti-war limited government positions.
This is just a small example of the types of things that are happening really across the country.
Why are you resonating with people out there? Is it because of your opposition to the war in Iraq?
I think that's part of it. I think the message obviously is popular enough. They say, yes, we like the ideas of freedom, the Constitution, limited government, less taxes. But I think the other part is people are worried, more so than I think the politicians on the Hill understand.
Who's the leading candidate for the Republicans for 2012? Thoughts?
I think Ron Paul. Basically, I agreed with Ron Paul on everything.
You are probably the favorite Republican of everybody that I know, man. You talk sensibly, you're very reasonable, you're very pragmatic in your approach.
He is the Republican presidential candidate that even has some of the Democrats on his side. That's why I like you.
Our foreign policy has what the CIA calls blowback. It has unintended consequences. You can go back to 1953 when we put the Shah into power, or us supporting Osama bin Laden and radicalizing the Islamics to go after the Soviets, and that comes back as blowback. Peace is a powerful message, especially after the war has been going on and the people wake up and realize how many people die and how much it costs. Logic tells us that we can make a better world in a much easier way than causing wars.
You just never heard this logic from someone who's actually going to run the country.
The freedom message brings us together. It doesn't divide us. I believe that when we overdo our military aggressiveness, what it does, it actually weakens our national defense. I mean, we stood up to the Soviets. They had 40,000 nuclear weapons. Now we're fretting day in and day night about third world countries that have no army, navy, or air force, and we're getting ready to go to war.
Ron Paul says to a lot of people eager to hear this message, you can be anti-war and be a conservative. In fact, he says, if you're a real small government conservative, you have to be anti-war.
His message is resonating, including, interestingly enough, from soldiers. According to one study, Congressman Paul received more campaign cash from members of the military than did any other Republican presidential candidate.
And finally, Steve writes from Pennsylvania, remember the line from the classic Simon and Garfunkel song, The Sound of Silence, the line that says the words of the prophets are written on the subway walls and tenement halls. When I hear Ron Paul, sometimes I wonder whether I'm not listening to a latter-day prophet with the way he speaks truth about what our nation has come to.
The sign said the words of the prophets are written on the subway